A Rose by Any Other Name. By Billy Shake My Spear. Professor John MacLeod was relaxing on the Thai Airways flight from Bangkok to Oslo, drinking copious amounts of free red wine and cognac. He was noting down his experiences in Thailand for a research paper, while also pondering the upcoming lecture on Shakespeare he had to deliver at the Polar University. Of course, in private, John thought that William S. was just a gay old bore who stole most of his work from others. However, gay Billy was an industrious thief who produced, or should we say reproduced, sayings, plots, and ideas that undeniably caught your attention. One such saying was, "A rose by any other name." In Romeo and Juliet, Juliet argues that a thing's true nature matters, not the label given to it. Even if Romeo belonged to a different family and did not carry the hated surname Montague, he would still be the same person she loved, just as a rose would keep its sweet smell regardless of what you called it. Of course, this was yet another idea stolen by Billy, the core philosophical concept that names are merely arbitrary labels compared to true character was a common theme in classical literature and Renaissance philosophy long before he ever wrote the play. Nevertheless, John thought the saying could easily be applied in other contexts, namely, to his own recent experiences in Thailand. In other words, as William Shakespeare famously observed, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. In the neon-lit corridors of Bangkok and Hua Hin, the sweet-smelling flowers bloomed under a colorful bouquet of euphemisms: bar girl, hostess, companion, or a massage lady. Of course, vulgar traditionalists, along with the police, politicians, and bigoted churchmen, preferred the blunt term prostitute, insisting these women were not delicate flowers at all, but noxious weeds corrupting the manicured garden of a wholesome society. Supporting bar girls, girlfriends, and wives. A Thai bar girl might view a few thousand baht as a thoroughly satisfactory week's wage, yet an aging Westerner would often strut about as if he were single-handedly funding the grand restoration of Wat Chewatthanaram in Ayutthaya merely by buying her a pair of gold earrings and a new iPhone. Yet perspective, as always, is everything. Prostitution by everything but name, the spreading of legs and the big payout. The spreading of a woman's legs can sometimes result in a payout not of a mere iPhone or gold earrings, but of billions of dollars. When a woman spreads her legs and marries a truly wealthy man, the final payout rarely consists of a mere smartphone or a trinket. It is measured in billions. The Western matrimonial lottery. Compared to the staggering fortunes liquidated in elite Western divorce courtrooms, John's modest expenditures on Thai bar girls were microscopic. Across the Atlantic, a certain class of women had mastered the art of progressing from rags to unfathomable riches, leveraging marriage and divorce settlements against their billionaire husbands. For example, Mackenzie Scott walked away with approximately $38 billion after parting ways with Jeff Bezos. Melinda French Gates secured a fortune worth tens of billions following her departure from Bill Gates. And Amy Irving famously extracted around $100 million from Steven Spielberg when an invalid prenuptial agreement, scribbled hastily on a napkin, collapsed under judicial scrutiny. Even now, the expectant widow, Melania Trump, originating from a modest Slovenian background, can reasonably anticipate soon inheriting billions from her aging, corrupt husband. Against this backdrop, John reflected that his bar girlfriend Lola's pleas for fake designer handbags, gold chains, and the occasional sin-sod remittance to her Eisen village seemed positively frugal. After all, he was no software titan, no Hollywood emperor, no commerce baron, nor a convicted, corrupt American tycoon. He was merely a somewhat bewildered Northern European professor attempting to navigate this tropical labyrinth of romance, commerce, anthropology, and emotional blackmail with all the natural grace of a drunken Scottish Viking in Asics trainers. Who are the real prostitutes? In the final analysis, one is left to ponder, who are the real prostitutes of the modern world? Is it the daughters of Eisen striving to feed their impoverished families, or the celebrated gold diggers of the West who climb into the beds of wealthy old men, patiently waiting for the ultimate payout?